Hello guys, how we doing? Hope you're all doing well. This is just my quick, it's not going to be quick, but it's going to be my end of year video for YouTube, really for the channel, and it's just basically covering my gaming setup. This is something I've been wanting to do for this is something I've been building up for about 5 months so far, and it's still a work in progress, guys. It is a bit messy at the minute just because I'm still doing Christmas decorations to it, cleaning it up and everything like that. And I tried doing the video last night, admittedly, doing the gaming setup tour. Didn't work out too great, guys, just because it was too dark. Now we've got a bit of natural light in, stuff like that. Hopefully we can cover the gaming setup in a bit more detail. It's just going to be a straight run through, guys, no fancy editing or anything like that, as opposed to what the intro was. Obviously the camera work was pretty shoddy even with that, guys, so don't expect anything greater in this video. Okay, so let's get straight into it, guys. So this is overall the gaming setup. I went with a U-shaped setup with the wardrobe behind me and stuff. Last thing I want to do is, when I'm gaming, have someone come up behind me, tap me on the shoulder without me realising and freak me the fuck out. So yeah, you'll notice off to the right there, that is my old chair. Super comfy, you know, still got it because, you know, it is a good second chair for gaming. But the reason I've replaced it with this one is because this one has the folding arms to it. Whereas that one, the arms didn't fold. If I wanted to tuck my chair in a bit closer, I couldn't because the arms got in the way. So, also with that being said, this chair is slightly more comfy. It's comfier for me. It's got a nice bit of padding to it. Really, really good. Nice ventilation to it, as you can see, and it's easier to clean as well. You can just take a damp cloth around it, and it works really nicely. So moving on, guys, we'll go from this way round. So this is my main desk, and as you'll see, we've got the monitor stands there. This space I use, as you can see, keys, earphones, wallet if I need to, if I'm coming back from work or if I'm coming back from just being out wherever. I just use this space as somewhere to dump my keys and my wallet. Or additionally, if I'm eating up here, I'll usually put the plate or the bowl there and then take it down later to clean it up. Over here, guys, don't freak out about the knife. It's only because I've still been unboxing a load of stuff to build up this setup. Lighter, that is a memory of a friend, in memory of a friend who passed away. So yeah, this is the light switch control. As you will have seen on the video, no doubt by now, I've actually got two of these, but just one of these will work both, so that's kind of neat. But we've got a little I don't know, little signal thingy here, and we've also got one just there. If you can see it poking out the drawer, you'll be able to see it later. But yeah, you just press that and then press that, and as you can see, it does both. Goes through the patterns as well, nice and easy. But yeah, also we've got, as you can see, I'm starting my Christmas decorations. Got Christmas lights mixed in with the tinsel, so that's really cool. Okay, so this is my wireless mouse for the PC. I've got a laptop there as well, so I've got different keyboards for different things. This is my wireless mouse. It's not anything special, guys. I'm not going to lie. This is a Trust GTX. Off the top of my head, I want to say it was about 15 to 20 quid. And I'll be honest, guys, this thing is so easy to move. It's got a really long battery life. And yeah, it genuinely, it just works an absolute treat, guys. It really, really does. Now, the Trust GTX, or sorry, it's not GTX, apologies guys, it's GXT. Now, these guys aren't really that well known, I don't think, but you know, if once they do become well known, guys, I guarantee you they will probably start bumping the prices up, because like Logitech or Corsair or any of those other brands, as soon as it becomes a brand name, yeah, you know, the price tends to start hiking up, guys. Just a cheap and cheerful wireless keyboard mouse. Jesus Christ. I'll be honest, guys, I'm probably going to be binning this at some point. This was only 20 quid, but oh my god, sometimes I'm having to... The signal just gets shoddy, and the next thing you know, I'm either double tapping keys or triple tapping or even slamming the keyboard because the signal loses where I'm at halfway through typing out a sentence. And yeah, it's not the greatest, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like it, if I'm honest, so I will probably be replacing that at some point next year. Just coming back here, we've obviously got my G27 button box with the gear shifter with the SKRS, I think it's Almar SKRS shifter attached. I think this is the MAN gear shifter knob with the Easy Jake brake button on it. There. I tend to keep the whole button box on this. I just tend to keep it as it is. Where I'll, you know, dismount the G27 every now and then, I'll keep the gear shifter there, even if this is in the wardrobe behind me. Just because the SKRS is on a separate USB cable as opposed to the G27, so where the button box will obviously be deactivated because it's not being powered through the steering wheel and then through to the USB. The SKRS, I actually use the extra buttons as push-to-talk toggles and push-to-talk controls, so that's really good. Just coming onto the screen, actually, this is a, off the top of my head, I want to say it's a 27-inch Asus monitor. As you can see up top here, I've got the Track IR 5 signal receptor doohickey, and also my webcam. And then the monitor is mounted to a dual swivel monitor stand, or dual arm monitor stand, which swivels rather. If I can get my words out, that would be fantastic. This one, I'm not sure if I'm going to add a third monitor to, or if I'm going to actually use this when I order my ASP button box for ETS2 and ATS. Undecided yet, guys. This is just envelopes which I need to post. Then we've got the this is like just a little bin store I've got at the minute. I've got my GoPro mic because the adapter was wrong, so the GoPro mic's in here, and also a comb, which, don't worry guys, I don't use that. And then obviously a speaker here. Unfortunately the speaker's here because the cable wasn't long enough to bring around here, so there's that. Coming back around, guys, then we've got obviously a bit of cabling here. This is my Track IR cable, as you can see. The webcam and all the HDMI and power ports go through the monitor. I'm not going to show you how to do that. It's basically just some screws underneath, guys, which you unscrew and then feed the wires through, but it's fairly simple to do if you've got a screwdriver to you. Lamp, obviously pretty self-explanatory, guys. Now here, this is my secondary iPhone, and I'll basically just use this if I want to listen to any sort of music outside of my computer, so that you guys don't pick it up or whatever. There is a speaker over there, that little black thing, which you know, my phone connects to, and then I can just listen to it from there. That speaker is a Bose speaker. I'll just quickly show you guys it. It's a Bose speaker. It is loud as anything, and for some reason the cable hasn't plugged in, so that's probably out.
Battery 90%.
Oh no.
Connected to iPhone.
Okay, so the battery is working fine. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that thing is loud as heck. Loud as all heck. Also, this is my bedroom. Welcome to my bedroom, guys. But yeah, really good system. This is my tablet. It's a Samsung, oh god, Galaxy tablet. I think it's the Galaxy 3. I'm not sure. It's quite old, guys, not gonna lie. It does still have like a SIM contract to it, but I very rarely take it out now, and I just solely use it now for, as you can see here, we got Streamlabs OBS running. And this is basically, I'll just quickly unplug this audio jack so you can hear it out loud. But yeah, so basically this, if I'm in game, then this is obviously my button box. I can change it, I can start recording, go live, do all sorts on this. So if I want to do stream starting, then you can hear the music go in there. Be right back. Stream is ending, webcam, hi guys. But yeah, it's a cracking bit of kit, really is. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I tend to try and keep this desk as clutter free, or at least as organised as I can, around the main space here, and underneath the monitor. So yeah, also this is the cup that was used in the intro video, guys. Bloody good cup. I would highly recommend it. You can get it from anywhere in home range in the UK. So moving on to the second desk, then this is probably where the most is happening with this, guys. A lot is going on with this setup, or a lot is going on with this desk, just purely because of how compact it is, but how much organisation you can get onto this. I'll explain about these earphones being plugged into that in a minute, but you guys can probably figure it out. Now, first thing you can obviously see is that it's my second monitor on a single mount, or a single arm mount. Unlike this dual one, albeit it does have the option to, but for some reason the USB and audio jack doesn't work when I plug it into this computer. I don't know why, guys. I'm super sad about it, because that would be actually really helpful for charging your phone or whatnot. But what I decided to do was go with a bit of innovation, and what I've done is I've plugged actually a 4-port USB cable here, which leads to the 4 ports, which goes then underneath the desk here. I'm not sure how well you can see that, guys, but we got a lot of natural light coming in, which is pretty good. You wouldn't be able to see this at night, it would have been hopeless, but that basically underruns through here. And yeah, I know I still need to manage the cables a lot better, guys, don't worry. Like I say, I'm tidying it up and Christmas decking it at the minute. But this comes to, as you can see, these 4 ports here. Now, interestingly enough, actually, I had a bit of an incident last night when I was transferring the video files for the intro onto my computer. And what's happened is that what the swivel monitor was, the USB connector was connected to, was an additional PCI Express card slot with 4 extra USBs. That somehow went bang through the transfer cable or whatever, because this is the fucked up thing, is that I've got this, which is a GoPro cable, but now I've also got one here, which is another GoPro cable. So I've got 2 GoPro cables running through at the minute. The one that goes through here I've put down there because I've got a USB connection going to a USB connection, which is then going to another USB connection behind the computer, which isn't the original one. And I figured that might be what the issue is, and that I'm potentially shorting the circuits out, or just putting too much of a data transfer, or too big of a data transfer through all those cables and all those different junctions, if you will. So for the time being, I've just got my this GoPro cable on the 3.0 slot on the front to connect it to, and just keep it nice and simple. The monitor is an AOC 21 inch off the top of my head. if I remember correctly. Either way, it's a good monitor. I use this monitor for if I'm recording or streaming, I'll have that up. Or if I'm not, I'll be checking out who's on comms on Discord if I'm doing stuff with SAF or just gaming with friends or family or whatever. Then below we've got my wired Xbox One controller. Literally all I do is pull this out and then the wire runs from underneath again. And then when I want to stow it, I just tuck the wire back down here. It's kind of hard doing one-handed, and apologies for the jittery camera work, guys. I know it's a bit shoddy. Then we've got my sound control here, or the volume control. You can also turn the sound completely on and off on the side here. By doing that, there's a little switch there, which, yeah, turns it completely on and off. As you'll also notice here, we've got the audio cables which are connected to the computer here, but we've got more audio. You got these audio jacks which basically power these ones in the monitor stand doodah, and then obviously I've got my headphones. It actually runs behind the desk, underneath it to here where the cable pulls out, but I've got all the cable tucked back behind the desk at the minute, and the headphones are hung up because, funnily enough, when I was trying to do this video yesterday, I was singing these headphones praises, and to be honest, guys, I still do, and I always will do, but after 5 years, the right ear speaker cup thing has gone bust on me. It's not actually a problem to do within that, which if it was, I'd be like, yeah, sweet, I'll open it up and have a look, try and fix it. It's actually to do with the volume control module, which I am less well versed in as such. So unfortunately, I'm not feeling too confident in fixing that. However, I've got new headphones which will be on the way, and then we'll be back to that. But for the time being, I've basically just got these old iPhone cables which I can plug into this sound control system, luckily, so that's why I love these speakers. I think this is a Logitech sound system, but we've got one speaker there, another one here, and then the subwoofer up top. Got a bit of origami, feeling festive for Christmas. My girlfriend made it all, so I was just like, yeah, you know what, why not? A couple of Christmas cards, and my wedding invitation card from my friend Red, who was also given to me by a couple of friends. And then this is where I put my my cap for my Track IR5. So this is the hat clip. I'm hopefully going to be getting a natural point IR clip, or basically one of those Track IR clips that goes on the side of your headset as opposed to this. Don't get me wrong, hat's comfy as anything, but let's be real, guys, it's a lot more convenient when it's on your headset. Then obviously what's glaringly obvious here, guys, is my laptop. I will use this if I'm deciding to... I'll use this if I want to use the CAD outside of the game. That way I can still see what's going on my main screen without using the Steam overlay tab or anything like that. Just works just as well, guys. And then I've got this is the laptop mouse for it, which is wireless. And then I've also got this mouse, which is for my computer as well. And you're probably thinking, wait, what? Well, this is where it kind of goes a bit backwards, guys, but also this keyboard, this is a wired keyboard. This is my old keyboard. It's a Zoo Storm. Genuinely, guys, this thing is awesome. It's lasted me since 2011, and we're coming into 2020 now. Genuinely cannot sing this keyboard's praises enough. It is simple, it works. Yes, it's wired, but it just, I've had this all throughout my whole time, guys, and it is just fantastic. I'll step out the light here, but this is a Zoo Storm, definitely worth a look. Definitely a brand that is worth a look, guys. Good quality keyboards at least, and I believe actually their mice aren't too bad either. But basically, guys, basically I'll have this keyboard if I'm doing report writing on SAF. If I'm not doing it on the laptop, I'll be doing it on the computer. I will literally just push this round to here, and then I'll just do report writing like that while I have the game running in the background or music on this screen, because this screen will either have my internet browsers or my games up, and that will near enough be it. Maybe occasionally I'll boot up TrackIR5, at which point as soon as I launch a game it minimizes itself anyways and it just runs in the background. Oh sorry, and either Photoshop or my video editing software that I'll use. The video editing software I use is DaVinci Resolve 16. You can get it for free, guys. Would highly recommend it. It is a good software once you get used to it. So really good. Other than that, Steam, Uplay, Origin, Discord, Streamlabs, TeamSpeak, File Explorer, Task Manager, anything else which is nothing to do with something that I'm focused on just goes on this screen, guys, and I'll put it wherever on this screen. Usually I'll just full screen them all and have them one over the other. So yeah, specs on the laptop, they're not that great. I literally just used this as a intermediate laptop in between the time that I left YouTube and then came back to it for gaming. Couldn't stream on it, couldn't record on it. It was, for all intensive purposes, guys, a piece of crap, I'm not gonna lie. Don't get me wrong, it worked well, but it just was not cut out for the type of gaming and recording and stuff like that I do. Multitasking, it was just shoddy on, so I'm not even going to get into specs on this. It was a i7 dual core processor or something like that. It was not great at all. Coming on then, we've obviously got my speaker, then as you can probably see here, we've got my wireless Xbox One controller. This is what I use to game on the laptop. ETS2 was mainly it on the lowest settings. Other than that, guys, it really wasn't worth much. The speaker is standing on, I believe it is a Seagate Barracuda 4TB HDD. I believe I use that for, let me just check here, because I'm actually got File Explorer open, but I believe I use this for my recording storage, but I will check that with you. Yep, so this is used for recording storage, everything like that. I then have another external HDD here, which I believe is also Seagate, and that, if I can get in the light there, that is, those are all my Steam games, as far as I'm aware, or they might be everything to do with GTA 5, not all too sure on that. And then, guys, just bog standard desk tidy. You got all your stationery in it, nothing interesting with that. Notepads, pens, pencils, yada yada yada. As you can see here, this is where the other signal receptor is for my light strip, which runs all the way around, but we'll get onto that a little bit later. Also we've got a 4-plug socket there, a 10-plug socket here, and then a 6-plug socket there. They are all surge protected, guys, so hopefully nothing's going to go bang. And then this is just my work bag. I keep it under here, and then a book and some little bits and pieces down here as well. This was a custom built PC by myself with the help of Justin, as you guys all know. Specs on this, off the top of my head, guys, it's got 2 SSDs. One is a 120GB SSD, which is solely dedicated to Armour. The other SSD is a 500GB SSD, and that's got my operating system, program files, stuff like that on it. It then has an internal drive, which is an HDD. I believe it's a 2TB one, which is my Steam games and all that. Apologies. And then it also has, guys, and this is where I get to flex on it a bit. It's got a Western Digital 10 terabyte HDD at 7200 RPM, which is honestly phenomenal for you know, the size of the HDD there. Looking around into it, not into it, but through the tempered glass, you can obviously see I've got some RGB in there. That is 32GB RAM sticks. Oh, sorry, two 16GB RAM sticks. So I've got 32 gigs of RAM. I believe it's Corsair Vengeance RAM in there. It's got an Intel i9 9900KF processor, so it's got the overclocking capability there if it needs to. RTX 2070 Super Edition 8GB graphics card. I think it's GDDR6, but don't hold me to that. 850 watt power supply, and it's a, what's it? I think it's Corsair liquid cooling, 120mm fan, and then it's got the 4 fans also built in, guys. So yeah, this thing is it's phenomenal actually in what it can do. I'm really chuffed with it. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, one of my PCI Express card slots for the extra 4 USBs went kaput, so at some point in the new year I'm going to be pulling this out, unplugging it all to get into that and replace it. I found one that is I found a PCI Express card slot which is actually 7 USB slots, and they're all individuals, so hopefully this time, if the GoPro did overload the slot, the card, it would only, you know, it would only make that individual USB go bang and not the whole card. Well, that's the method behind the thinking, but that's on order, as well as the new headset that I'm getting, guys. So there's that. Moving on. So now you're probably thinking, well, what the hell has this got to do with it? I live in a house share, guys, so these 3 wardrobes are all like my clothes, and then like bathroom stuff. Like I've got my towel in there, gym bag, and then this one's just t-shirt, jeans and stuff. These are all, you know, similarly formatted. It's the exact same with that one, but that one's just got my jackets and other old stuff that, you know, I don't need. This one is slightly different. Obviously you can see, aside from it being the backdrop, we'll get into it in a minute. The backdrop Kimberly and I put up together with the light strip. The duvet we sent to a company to get the logo heat wrapped or heat shrunk onto the duvet. It's literally just a duvet cover, guys, and basically what I did was folded it to the proportions of the mirror, and then I've got an awl, AWL, not ALL, I've got an awl and poked holes through the top here, and then basically, as you can see here, I've just zip tied them along, and then obviously got these suction cup mounts as such to mount to the mirror, so the duvet hangs from that. Really cool. I think the RGB light strip really touches it off well. Also, really chuffed with it. Still got some cable management to do for this light strip, but yeah, at the minute it's out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, like I say, I'm slowly working through the cable management and this desk setup at the moment. And once I pull out the hard drive, I'll probably get some cable management done there also. But yeah, so behind it is obviously a mirror. What's up, guys? But we'll just open it up, and as you can see, guys, aside from the lifetime supply of Pepsi there, this is literally where all my spare controllers. I've obviously got my I think it's Satec X56 HOTAS, and then also my Logitech Driving Force GT up here with the pedals as well, as a backup steering wheel to this. This box here is sort of just like my project box, guys, or my fix-it box. Now, ultimately, at the minute, The headset is the only thing that needs fixing, guys, truthfully. Don't know why the Santa hat's in here. This box is GoPro mounts stuff, and then this is just for some more Christmas lighting I'm going to be doing, and hopefully be getting that around the TV there, and hopefully around the desk as well with that lighting. Hopefully, anyways, that's the hope. Got my toolkit here. Believe it or not, guys, I actually use a pair of pliers to tighten the Logitech G27 to the desk. I've had to repair this thing probably 2 or 3 times now. Every single time it's been the clamp. So what I've done is actually I've ordered some specialist clamps. These are extra long clamps which only just fit under the white bar here. But because they only just fit, tightening them is a bitch, so I have to give it a bit of extra give with the pliers. Yeah, it's probably not the easiest solution, but certainly works. And actually, tell you what, these clamps have lasted quite a while now. They've lasted longer than any of the others, put it that way. But yeah, and then we've obviously got my lifetime supply of Pepsi. If I'm gaming, streaming or whatever, generally speaking, I will tend to break into this. However, if I'm just recording, or if I want a cup of tea, then I'll just put the stream on, be right back or something like that, and make myself a brew. Which, to be fair, the reason why I've got so much here is because I'll choose a brew over diabetes. We'll move up just because this stuff will be easy to cover. These boxes, guys, are literally just computer spare parts, extra cables, extra parts. I believe that's an extra keyboard up here in this box. Driving Force GT, and also, guys, whenever I dismount the G27, as I said, actually I'm not sure if I've covered this, but I'm pretty sure I said it. I'm probably overlapping from my previous attempt to record this last night, where there was barely any light at all. I will keep the G27 button box and the shifter where it is. I'll dismount this, and when I dismount the steering wheel, I put it up in this section here, as you may have seen on the intro video. And then I've got the 3 cables, aside from the USB cable, which obviously can't detach from the steering wheel itself. The other 3 cables, which is the power cable, the pedal cable, and the gear shifter cable, can all detach from the steering wheel, and I took those underneath the desk, out of sight, out of mind, kind of thing. If you go on my Instagram, guys, at Billish55, I'll show you how I once had my setup, which was along this wall here instead. This desk literally only just the only reason I got this desk and changed the setup to where it is because this desk literally only just fits, and I measured it all up, guys. This desk only just fits in this gap, which was why I went for it. And I'm so glad I found it, actually, guys, because it feels a lot more, I feel a lot more at home and a lot more focused when I'm doing recordings and streams and editing now. So yeah, you know how they say, you're only as focused as the workspace you're in, or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about anyways. So moving on anyways, guys, the X56 here, rather, not X26, that's a fucking taser. The X56 here, I originally bought this on eBay, 120 quid, which is an absolute steal, guys. And the reason why is because originally this, the base here, oh god, you can't see it because I'm in the light, but whatever. But basically, where you move it, there's it sits on a spring, which obviously allows it to ping back. However, the base which the spring was sat on was jammed up. So the spring was just held tension on that base, and this was just free moving. Because this is going to sound really dodgy, guys, but the base plate which the spring springs against to get the joystick to recenter, the base plate was actually stuck on the shaft. There was no lubrication to the shaft. So, long story short, I had to get a bit of Vaseline, and I just, oh god, just coated the shaft in Vaseline, and that is that That is what fixed it, guys. So yeah, I've fixed the joystick, I've fixed the G27, I've fixed the gear shifter with it. I've done a whole lot of stuff with all my controllers. To be fair, I'm not one of those people that will chuck my controllers just because they have stopped working anymore. I tend to fix them because my personal opinion is we live in too much of a throwaway society these days. Now coming on the way down, we'll go through the drawers first. This drawer here is all just spare cables, again spare PC parts, all that sort of stuff. Same with this one, but you've got a couple of it's more boxed up and stuff. And then you've also got random junk in here. You've got my clamps for if I'm doing any woodwork, and I've got this and another one, but I'll use those to if I'm doing any work on the desk. WD-40, guys, also something I used to try and fix that, but the Vaseline worked a lot better than what the WD-40 did. I'm pretty sure it's basically just because that is mainly plastic based and not metal, which is why it worked better. In this drawer here, guys, is all my user manuals and stuff like that. Not everything is in here. Some user manuals are actually up in that big box there, but this is just the main ones I need for the time being. In this one, guys, this is mainly like cable management stuff and desk organisation. So I've got, you know, some Velcro cable management ties here, some WD-40 and an air duster for cleaning. More of these suction cup things, spare batteries, guys. Not sure if you can see those, but there's some spare batteries in there. Got some more cable management things here, like hooks, spare HDMI cable, more cable management. Desk, these are like desk wet wipes, screen cleaning wipes, but also I think it said they do work on your desk as well, but if they don't, then I've got the WD-40 for it anyways. And then underneath it is just some more like little Tupperware containers for anything else I want to section off or whatever. So that's all well and good. Moving down here, and this is where any reading material goes. I used to have a shitload of car magazines and truck magazines which went in here, along with a load of A4 notepads and sketchbooks and stuff. So that's this is the drawer that I'm going to be putting those into. Then, guys, we've got more drinks. This is more like Monster and stuff, not Pepsi. If I want to really keep myself going, then Monster, the Doctor, and Monster Assault are my usual favourites, but I've got some Lipton iced tea in here as well, which is super nice actually. And then, guys, these two drawers are literally just all snacks and stuff. If I decide I'm going to do an extra long stream, or I'm going to be patrolling with SAF for 12 hours plus or some shit like that, then that's kind of what this is for, to keep me going. Again, like I say, with the Pepsi, usually I'll supplement myself. I'll go down and make myself a meal, as opposed to you know, filling my face full of crap, to be honest. But at the same time, these are mainly all biscuits. They're not sugary or anything like that, or they're not too sugary anyways. Then going across here, you can see I'm in the light again. Yeah, no, I don't think the light's going to pick that up, I'm afraid, guys. But this is my old computer, and I've got the monitor here, along with a plastic bag and some sort of chopping board or something like that. And then this is the old tower. Don't mind the saw, guys. This is literally the only place I could put it where it would fit outside the toolbox. This is the computer that, you know, I've taken the SSD and the HDD out of, the 120GB SSD and the 2TB HDD to put them in this new one. The SSD from this is actually dedicated solely for my Arma 3 game. It runs so much smoother, guys, it's unreal. This was an i7 quad core CPU. It was 16 gigabytes of RAM, and oh god, I think it was a 780, an RTX 780 or something along those lines. 770, that was it. This thing was a beast, guys. Straight up, it was an absolute beast. It's lasted me 8 years, so I'll be honest, it's done well. It's done well for its time. Had Windows 7 on it. It was honestly a cracking computer, really was. But I'm not gonna fill this channel or this video with a load of nostalgia just yet, or just now. But yeah, this near enough covers the setup, guys. So yeah, if you've got any ideas or any suggestions on how, you know, how I could improve my setup, then please, by all means, let me know. You know, like I say, I'm going to be tidying this setup up a bit, because it is obviously a bit cluttered, at least on this end. But also due to the fact that I've still got some stuff coming to sort of maximize the workspace. I've actually got like a little I don't know what it's called, like a little cubby that you can put on your desk, and basically I'm going to sit that underneath. So I'm going to sit the laptop on top of that cubby, so the laptop's elevated a bit, and then I've got some more space underneath the laptop. And additionally, I'm going to have a similar sort of thing for this corner here, so that the lamp is raised up a bit, so I can get some more overall light into where I'm sat and the controls around me with that. To be fair, not that I'll really need that much with the new lighting, but that does provide a lot more or a lot better directional lighting for sure. Other than that, guys, yeah, new headset on the way. Couple of bits and pieces which are going to be coming to the setup soon. I'll post those on my Instagram, like I say, at Billish55. That is literally just a behind the scenes sort of thing for my setup, guys, so feel free to follow me on that. You know, you're probably more likely to get me chatting with you on there, because it's sort of just like, you know, if you've got a question or something, I can just ping straight, answer it then and there, and you know, that's it. If you need any more clarification, then obviously I'll happily try and help you out on there as best I can. But yeah, the Logitech sound system and the headset, I've had both for 5 years. I actually bought them together. The Logitech sound system has been going fantastically, guys. Cannot fault it, really. The headset, same again. Unfortunately, it literally went yesterday. It stopped, the right ear cup stopped working. But even with that, guys, I've got an exact replica of this on the way. It's like the newer version. It's exactly the same, newer version, black, more blacked out, black cable instead of blue cable. It's comfy, guys. The sound quality is fucking awesome, and I'll make no apology for that. It's comfy, it's simple, guys. I would highly recommend it. It's a Roccat headset, I believe now, because this has a different name to what it is called now, which is the Roccat Rengo, I think, or something like that, R-E-N-G-O. But yeah, they're essentially the exact same headset. I wouldn't be surprised actually if the Rengo has better sound quality than this one. But yeah, anyways, enough rambling about that, guys. This is, you know, this is what the setup is at the minute. It's probably what it will stay like in terms of format, in terms of I've got everything working around me as such. But yeah, like I say, if you've got any suggestions, comments, tips, feel free to shout them out. Go ahead, feel free to drop a like or a dislike, whichever way you're inclined to. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. I'm not going to milk it, you get the gist on that one. But the main thing here, guys, is I want you guys just to have a really Merry Christmas. Spend it with your family and your loved ones and your friends and all that. Enjoy it, guys. It only comes around once a year. Have a cracking New Year as well, guys. If you are a New Year's resolution type of person, hopefully you stay strong with your resolution in the new year, and hopefully you succeed. I personally, I'm not, just because, you know, I'm going to do what I'm going to do at the end of the day. But good luck to those that do have New Year's resolutions set out. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you for joining me, and you know, if I haven't said it already, guys, then let me just take this opportunity to thank you all for the support that I've been getting on the YouTube channel lately. The YouTube channel has been growing slowly but steadily, guys, and it is really encouraging to see, if I'm honest. It really is. Just getting you guys back down here, just to finish this off, as we're coming into 46.5 minutes now, so I'll wrap this up. Yeah, just thank you so much for the support on the YouTube channel, and it's growing. This is sort of a video I wanted to do to, I don't know, say thanks for that, I guess. You know, and to be fair, this is the first time where it's been nothing to do with gaming directly. This is just a vlog of my gaming setup. But thank you for that, because the YouTube channel is now at its biggest ever. Obviously it dropped a bit when I stopped doing YouTube for that while, but it has grown back to where it was and superseded that. I think on the channel analytics I've gained 36 subscribers in the past 28 days. It's not a lot, guys, but I'm not bashing that at all. I would much rather grow slowly but steadily as opposed to rapidly, but you know, the progress fluctuating every now and then. So yeah, really appreciate it, guys, and yeah, I think we'll call it there. Like I said again, have a Merry Christmas and a cracking New Year, guys, and yeah, I will see you in the new year. Last thing I will say is I don't have any videos pre-recorded or anything like that, so this is going to be the last video for 2019. And I think it'll probably be about midway into January before you see any sort of regular uploading from me again, guys. But that's probably because I'm still in a Christmas food coma. Alright, guys, take it easy. See you in the new year, and have a very Merry Christmas. Cheers, guys.